Yo, YugiFam! It's been a minute. Yeah, I haven't really been posting. I don't post too often, but when I do post, it's for something extra spicy, and it ain't Salaman Greats. So I've been playing with this deck a little bit. It's funny, it's spicy, it's really good, it's consistent, and it goes second. I wanted to make Spellbooks work somehow, and I decided to go with a different approach. I decided to go I decided to play it going second, rather than try to make a board and then have my opponent play through it. I wanted to focus on breaking boards. I feel like that's more fun, and this is actually the better. It's the way to go with this deck, and you'll see from my card choices. I feel like with Spellbooks, no matter what you do, you can't really put up enough to stop your opponent. And then if they stop you somehow, going first without that 6th card, it's kind of tough. And I'll show you what I mean as I go on. So let's get right into it. Again, very excited to share this deck list with you guys. I'm going to show you guys the the monster lineup, spells, and then extra deck, and I also have a side deck as well. Okay, so starting off with the monsters, we got 3 of the blue boy. He searches anything, any spellbook spell card from your deck, which is really nice. He is the only spellbook monster that we play. Because this is a going second deck, all of the others, they're kind of subpar. Honestly, they're either too slow or they just don't do enough for the deck. So always keep in mind we're going second. So blue boy searches all the spells, and then we run the beast package, the mythical beast package. We have 3 Cerebus, 2 Jackal King. These guys are fucking awesome, dude. So going second, first of all, they're spellcasters, booyah. And then so this guy banishes shit, banishes monsters specifically going second. So whatever they set up, monster, you have a problematic monster, you search for the Jackal gets you the Cerebus, and the Jackal, you summon Jackal. We actually summon Jackal, we actually use its effect, we can put up negates and stuff like that. But again, going second, Cerebus, we want to get that boost, we want to get that damage in. Again, a very amazing package. They're spellcasters, it just natural synergy, because we run spells. Then the last the last of the monsters that we summon actually is going to be 2 Pankratops. Pankratops, again, amazing card going second, and I will show you a really cool interaction with Pankratops later on when I go through the rest of the deck. So Pankratops, special summon. If they control more monsters than you do, you can attack a monster, you can pop a card. This card should be in every going second deck, and I think he is in every going second deck actually. So yeah, it's a very small kind of monster lineup. Actually, you know what? Well, we got 3 Ash. Okay, 3 Ash Blossom. That's the last of the monsters. 3 Ash Blossom. But again, Ash Blossom is more of a hand trap or whatever. So we don't really summon Ash Blossom. That's it for the monster lineup. And then we have the spell cards, which they are the soul of the deck. We have the 3 ofs, which is 3 secrets, 3 knowledge. Secrets is very, very good to searches for any of the spell cards. We have 2 fate, we have 2 masters, and then the 1 ofs, we have wisdom, we have life, we have tower, we have star hall, we have eternity, and we have power. Okay, so a lot of 1 ofs, because any more than 1 would be too cloggy. And then they all have their purposes. This one, Star Hall, is probably the least best out of all of them. But yeah, secret searches for all the spell cards. Knowledge, draw 2. Spellbook of Fey is both defensive and offensive. Offensive when you want to break boards. Defensive when you want to, interrupt your opponent from doing stuff, whether you need to book a monster or need to banish something. Yeah, it's really, really good. If you guys have never, spellbooks have been out for a while, but I guess it's been a while since they've done anything. So depending on the the number of spellbook spells that you banish, you gain different effects. And then Masters just, oh man, Masters is so good. At 3 would be too cloggy, but 2 it's very nice. Masters can help you, dig deeper, draw again, maybe gain an additional boost if you need it. Just really good. And then Power, boost, search for anything pretty much. And then we have Wisdom that prevents targeting from spells and traps. And then we have Life. I really like Life. Oh my god, Life. Again, man, let me just finish this deck and I'll show you guys what I mean. We got Tower. Tower helps you recycle. We got Eternity. Eternity helps you recur your resources. So again, all great cards, and all pretty good going second. Pretty good. You see, that's what I mean. This deck, I feel like it's better going Power going second. Life going second, and I'll show you why. This going second, and like all Masters, all of these cards are really good going second. I think better than going first. Okay, so that is it for the spells. I'm sorry, not the spell. The spellbook spells. Then we have 3 instant fusion. Okay, 3 instant fusion. Why? Because we play Thousand Eyes Restrict. Thousand Eyes Restrict going second. I love this over Mind Control. Okay, and I'm gonna go when I go over the extra deck. Again, you'll understand. But so here's the interaction, right? We have. I like this over Mind Control because Thousand Eyes Restrict is a spellcaster, and that's good for multiple reasons. He's also a free body on board, which is also very good. Because we could take your monster away, and then we could go into Linkaribo. We could take your monster away, or we can tribute summon this. Sorry, my cat's going crazy. She always goes crazy when I'm making videos. So yeah, instant fusion very good. Thousand Eyes Restrict too strong. And also when they negate the activation, if you draw multiple, you could just activate another one, which is really cool. We have 2 desires, okay, and then we have 3 one-ofs. We have Scapegoat. So Scapegoat, it seems weird since this is based off a going second deck, but it's just too good of a blowout card. Like, say if you break their board or whatever, and then like you attack for some damage, you set this, and then they pass or whatever, and then during their end phase, you still have follow-up plays. But I like Scapegoat because it's a one card. Anything pretty much. It's Cerebus, Phoenix. It helps you break boards again, so it's really, really good. We got the 1 Super Poly because of the meta. Salamangreats are one of the most popular decks, and we have plenty of space in the extra deck, so why not throw a Super Poly in to easily break a Salamangreat board. It just doesn't make sense not to play it, honestly. And then we have 1 Twin Twisters. Playing 1 because we dig deep for our resources with knowledge, and we also have desires. We also have masters to use knowledge twice in a turn. So if we really were desperate to dig for something, we are able to. Twisters at 1 is fine because if you draw it, it's really good against. Besides, you're going second, so you're always going to have that 6 card, so you're actually more likely to draw it. Against like all the back row decks, you don't want to lose because you don't have access to this card. And then again, in the side deck, you play 2 more if you know you're going to be playing against heavy back row. So yeah, all three of these are great one-ofs. And of course we have the last card in the main deck, which is a trap, and that's 3 evenly matched. We run evenly matched because, again, we're a going second deck. We are trying to break their freaking board. We're trying to like set them back as far as we can. And a great interaction, as I mentioned before, with Pankratops involves evenly matched. So, you know, starting your main phase 1, you special summon this guy, say you have evenly matched in the hand. You're trying to bait out as much as you can, okay? As much as you can. So, if they have a negate, you can force it out with Pankratops. So, what you do is you attack, you deal some damage, and then you attempt to pop a back row. If they negate it, great. Okay, end of battle phase, evenly matched. Okay, so now you get your battle phase, you get to deal some damage, you get to bait something out, and now you have evenly matched to follow up. And it's just so much pressure just with these 2 cards alone. They take care of so much. And you'd be surprised how many times you open them up together. That is it for the main deck. Let's go off to the extra deck, which is all over the place. Please excuse me. Let us actually go over the fusions, because that's going to go over the instant fusion targets, as well as super poly targets. So we run 2 Thousand Eyes Restrict. Okay, again, we have the space, and 2 just seems very good, only because we can resolve instant fusion multiple times in one game. Again, it being a spellcaster, it's just awesome. Natural synergy with the deck. We got we got Theseus for our other instant fusion target, and Winda also being another spellcaster, is very, very nice. And then we could also bring, so you know what, let me take out Life, because Life plays a big role when it comes to these cards. Okay, so Winda says must first be fusion summon, right? So we summon, you know, instant fusion counts as a fusion summon, which is really good. So that means Life can bring these back, all right? Restrict and Winda, it can bring them back, which is really nice. So say we Thousand Eyes Restrict the monster, and we like link Restrict off. Then Life, we banish a spellcaster. It could be like Blue Boy or whatever, and then summon Restrict again and take another monster. What? Are you kidding me? That's insane. That's so cool. Also with Winda, we can like link her off for Crowley. That's the new Link 2 Prophecy monster. And then, you know, we could bring her back. It's really cool. And then like she has her effect where you can only special summon once. And then the reason I play Theseus is because Blue Boy's a 2 and Theseus is a 5, and he's a tuner. So what you do is like you depending on what board they have, you can go Theseus, normal summon Blue Boy effect, get your search, and then you could synchro for Black Rose. It seems too good to pass up, honestly. So yeah, you got Black Rose, and then if you don't need Black Rose, I'll show you what else we play for 7s. But yeah, sorry I'm taking a bit long, guys. I'm really excited about this deck. I want to go in depth. Want to make sure I cover as much as possible. And then for the super poly targets, we have Starving Venom, and we have Violet Chimera. Again, super poly going second. You break. This deck wants to break your board. It wants to break your board, leave you with as little resources as possible, and then build advantage and just like take the duel from there. So Violet Chimera, it's really good. Super poly, just clear the opponent's Salamangreat board, so they're not able to use their rage to pop multiple cards, or their counter trap, which is really good. And then we have Starving Venom. Starving Venom only says two dark monsters on the field, so that could be a Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss and a Colossus, maybe. So again, very, very, and then on top of that, It has its own effect. If this card's fusion summon, you can make this card gain attack equal to 1 special summon monster from your opponent controls. Until the end of this turn, once per turn, you can target 1 level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. This card became, and then it gains that effect. So, too strong, too strong. So it could get beefy, and it could copy an effect. It's really good. And then moving on to we have this. Because for Cyber Dragons, right, they got the new monster Nashter, or Nexter. I'm not sure how you pronounce it correctly. I think it's German. Yeah, man. So again, we're trying to clear those boards. We're trying to get Cyber Dragon Infinity off the board because we want to deal some damage. So again, we have the extra deck space. We're able to play these now for the generic, not really generic. This is for Scapegoat, but we got some generic Link 2s as well. We got Phoenix, we got Cerebus, and then we have I misplaced Link Karibo. Link Karibo somewhere. This is a Link Karibo, okay? This is Link Karibo. It's not another Phoenix. Link Karibo. Where the hell is my Link Karibo actually? Okay, that's super weird. I actually pulled one from Dual Power. So yeah, so Link Karibo, Link Spider, Phoenix, Cerebus, and then we have Borreload Dragon, and then we also play Crowley. It's crazy. I bought 4 boxes of Dual Power, and I pulled 2 of the Hyretic Link monster, which is supposed to be short printed, and I did not pull a single Crowley. And I was so mad because I was looking forward to that card for this deck. But yeah, we play Crowley. Crowley just takes 2 spellcaster monsters. He's a Link 2. And when he's summoned, you can reveal like 3 different spellbook spell cards with different spellbook cards, including Blue Boy. And then your opponent picks one and you add it to your hand. You shuffle the rest back into the deck. What's also cool about Crowley is that you can normal summon a level 5 or higher spellcaster monster from your hand without tributing, which is insane because we can normal summon Jackal, we can normal summon Cerebus, which comes up a lot. So yeah, man, really good stuff. And then for the last 2 monsters, we have Black Rose and then Super Quantum. So if you don't want to summon Black Rose to wipe their field, you can go into this guy, which is 1 tuner, 1 non-tuner, and he's a level 7, and he's a beast. While you control a Link monster, your opponent cannot target monsters you control for attacks. That's not really relevant that's not really why I mentioned that he's a beast. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return the opponent's monster to the hand, so it's not non-targeting, non-destruction removal. And then it says also this card can make a 2nd attack in a row. So not only can I take care of your monster and bounce it back, not destroying it, I'm not going to trigger off no Gazelle. I'm not going to trigger off, well, Gazelle can't activate in damage step, but I'm not going to have you protect your Colossus, or I'm not going to have you protect your wolf with Balinks. No, it's going to all go back, and then I'm going to attack again, which is really nice. So that is it for the extra deck. Remember, we're playing a Crowley. I just didn't pull one, unfortunately, which really sucks. Now, did I leave anything out? There's so much, man. There's so many like cool interactions with this deck. Like just the instant fusion stuff that you could like instant fusion, and then you could take their monster, and then you can tribute summon like a Jackal. Say like you opened up Jackal, which sucks, but if you open this up, you take their monster away, you summon Jackal, and then like you could go, activate your spells, give this guy counters, attack, and then like you have a negate right there for next turn, which is really nice. Yeah, guys, I mean, like, that's the main deck, that's the extra deck. Give it a shot. Going second, it's really fun. So I got a side deck. We have the artifact package. So like we do want to go second, obviously, but we want to be able to have cards going first. So like if there's any deck that you feel is too problematic to let go first, then you can like go first and try to stop them. I love cards that just stop your opponent for a whole turn so you can build up advantage. This is one of those cards where you could just flip it over, summon Artifact Scythe, you have a body, prevent them from going into the extra deck at all, and then if they don't have anything else, they pass, and then you can start to get it rolling from there. So yeah, we have the artifact package. Then we have the other two twisters for any back row deck: Sky Strikers, Salmon Greats, Guru Control, Anti-Meta, True Draco, all those decks. And then we have 3 Gamma Seal. The Gamma Seal is for mainly for Sky Strikers. Okay, so like you're going second deck, and you want to break their board. I think Gamma Seal is one of the best cards you could play against Strikers, because it just even if they have like 3 Widow Anchor, it all gets turned off because of this card. And then from there you can just play. Use your monster effects, dig deep for your side deck cards, whether it be evenly matched, whether it be twin twisters, to try to break the board and then try to build some advantage that way. And again, for any boss monster decks, pretty much. Then we have 3 Droll, 3 Droll for. Again, for Strikers, for Thunder Dragons, we want to slow down our opponent as much as possible before we attempt to break the board. Also for Thunder Dragons, if they have like even a single Colossus, depending on what you open up with, it could be very, very brutal. Like if you open up Knowledge, obviously you could draw. You open up Desires, you can draw. But we need a way to get rid of, we have Cerebus to like banish and stuff like that. But in that matchup, we'd probably play all 6 of these just to attempt to stop them. And then whatever they end with, we can just like Kaiju, and then we can like take it from there. We run Ash in the main as well, so that helps. And then the last 3 cards I run is different dimension ground. Okay, so again, this is another blowout card where you flip it over against certain matchups and they just can't play, because any monster that gets sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So like on the Salmon Greats normal summon, you just flip this. Okay, you flip this and they pretty much have to pass. They have to pass, because if they send any monster to the graveyard, it's going to get banished, and that is so terrible for them. It's so terrible because Jaguar, they can't get the effect of Jaguar. They can't get Spinny's effect from the grave. If they detach a card, it's still a monster getting sent to the grave, so it's going to get banished. It's such a blowout card. So like you flip this over against them and then they have to pass, even against like other matchups too. So yeah, man, it's a very good card. Again, I like blowout cards. I like cards that can stop you for a turn. Like, so this will stop a turn, a whole turn. This will stop a turn. This will stop a turn. I like playing all these cards in the side deck, again, because they just stop turns. I don't want to play like, say, Impermanence and just hope that they don't have the follow plays or the extenders, because I don't want to hope for it. I want to be able to almost have a guarantee that they can't play. Yeah, guys, so that is the end of the deck profile. Thank you guys for watching. Any feedback is appreciated. Please let me know what you guys think. Maybe give this deck a shot. Yeah, man, it's really fun, really and consistent, and it's just so